Hey guys, it's Ebony. I am doing a pregnancy update video. I want to talk a little bit with you guys, update you on how my pregnancy is going, let you know the gender of my baby, which I found out 2 weeks ago. I just haven't had the motivation to come and share with you guys, actually to record a video, although I want to share with you guys. I haven't had the motivation to sit down and record a video. But today I did a little bit of makeup and I tried to feel like my old self again and sit down and record a video. Guys, I haven't worn makeup in like, it's been a while. It's probably been about 2 or 3 months. I'm talking about on a consistent basis like I used to. When I used to, get up, get dressed, go to work or go out, I would, put on a little bit of makeup, try to feel good. I've been throwing my hair up into this puff and going completely barefaced to work every day. Just because I haven't had the energy to doll myself up. I haven't had the energy, and then I'm like, what? Who cares? Like, I didn't care, because I didn't feel like myself. But today I did. I put on a little bit of makeup, and I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and record this video. So, I just had to Google, or get on the internet and calculate how many weeks I am, because I have not been keeping up with that. Honestly, I just want the weeks to pass by. I'm so ready to give birth and just be done with being pregnant. Because this has not been an enjoyable experience for me. And I know I said that in my last video. For some reason, I don't know. The last video, I just did a pregnancy update video. I was just talking to you guys about how I was feeling. And it got a couple of thumbs down. And I'm like, what is there to thumbs down about this video? Either you don't like me and my personality, which is fine if you don't. I don't like everybody I come across either. Or you don't like what I was saying. And I don't know if somebody got offended when I said that. Hold on, my arm is getting tired. I'm using this cell phone. I don't know if somebody got offended when I said that I wasn't enjoying being pregnant or I didn't like being pregnant. Or I don't know what it is. Or maybe they just thumbs down the video because they don't like me. Whatever the case is, I'm going to say it again. And I'm not saying it to offend anybody or make anybody who may be struggling to conceive or anything like that feel bad. Because I promise you, that's not my intention, and sorry guys, I got interrupted. So what I was saying is it's never my intention to make anybody feel bad or to be inconsiderate with my words. I promise you, I don't have that type of heart. That's not who I am, and if I did offend anyone, I do apologize. But I can't apologize for my personality and who I am. That I can't apologize for. I can't apologize if anyone may have gotten offended or disappointed in my words. I say all that, and I'll probably get some thumbs down on this video too, but that's okay. I don't care about that. So back to what I was saying before is that I have not, let me see if I can switch hands real quick. Okay, I said that just to say that it hasn't been an enjoyable pregnancy for me at all, and I'm going to put the phone down here. Alright guys, so I just set the phone down on this chair so I didn't have to hold it, so the angle may be a little bit different. But I said all that to say that it hasn't been an enjoyable pregnancy for me. It just hasn't. And I'm just not thrilled every day when I wake up being pregnant. I am thrilled at this life that I'm carrying. I love this child so much already. And I'm so excited to think about who this child would be, what it would look like, what plans God has for this child in the future. I'm excited about all of that. I'm just not thrilled about being pregnant. For the most part, I'm feeling pretty good right now. The nausea subsided once I got into my second trimester. Like a lot of articles or doctors will tell you, if you have it really bad in the first trimester, normally it'll subside in the second trimester. Not for everybody, but for most people. For me, it did. The first trimester, it was really, really bad. It was really bad. I told you guys in the other video that I made, I was miserable. But the second trimester, it subsided. Right now, I really don't have nausea. I pretty much don't have nausea. I can eat whatever I want. Smells kind of bother me. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll say like a 2 or a 3, where before it was like a 9 or a 10. So, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm getting a little bit of my energy back, although most days I'm pretty tired, pretty exhausted. But at this point in the pregnancy, I'm feeling good. Baby is doing awesome. All my medical tests and things when I go to the doctor, they all came back perfect. And they did a full anatomy ultrasound at 20 weeks. That was 2 weeks ago. They did a full anatomy ultrasound, and you know, everything looked good as far as the baby, which I'm very, very happy about. And I also found out the sex of the baby. Now I will say this: I already knew the sex of the baby because the Lord gave me a dream about this baby 2 years ago, and I actually put the dream on YouTube. I think I'll go back and try to edit the footage from the other video and stick it in here and show you guys. I wanted to tell you guys about this dream that I had last night, which was so weird. I've been having like these really intense dreams for, let me see if this thing is still recording. Okay, good. I don't want to be talking to myself. So I've been having these really intense and vivid dreams for months now. It even had got to a point where I was having these dreams every night. And I wanted to start writing them down so I could see if in any way they were connected. But I stopped writing them down, so I was never able to really determine if there was a connection between all of the dreams. But last night I had a dream that I was in my bedroom, sitting on the bed, and I had a newborn baby in my arms. And I understood that it was my baby, that I had just given birth. The baby had maybe, in my mind, was maybe like a day or two old. So I don't know how it got from the hospital to my bedroom. All of those details I wasn't focusing on. I was just amazed that I had given birth. And my husband was in the room. I think he was fixing the curtains in my bedroom, trying to close the curtains or something. And then I remember looking to my husband and saying, "What did you say the baby's name was again? Was it Mark Anthony?" And then my husband was like, "No, it's not Mark Anthony. It's Joel. It's Joel Anthony. Joel. Joel Anthony." And I was like, "Oh, Joel Anthony." And then I was holding the baby, and the baby started doing like, you know how babies do when they're hungry. He started like turning his head and like searching for breasts, like, you know, babies who are breastfeed, how they kind of turn their head and search. So I remember saying, "Okay, I'm going to breastfeed this baby." But I remember in my head thinking that, oh, this is going to be difficult because the baby is only like 1 or 2 days old. So at that stage, they haven't really caught on how to latch on and how to suckle. I think that's the right word. They haven't really caught on how to latch on and really start, you know, sucking appropriately to get, you know, to get milk. So a lot of times you have to really struggle maybe that first week or so when you're breastfeeding. So I remember thinking, oh, I'm going to have to really struggle to get this baby to learn how to breastfeed. But as soon as I put the baby up to my breast, it just latched on like it was, you know, 6 months old or something. I was like, wow, this baby is really something. And then after the baby ate and the baby was full, I was like, okay, I'm going to hold the baby up in front of me and we're going to play. Like, so I was holding the baby up and I started making faces, you know, like, "Hey, baby," or whatever. And then the baby hopped down out of my lap and started walking. Took like four steps and then fell to his knees. And I'm like, man, this baby is advanced. And then so I remember telling either my friend or my sister or somebody, I don't know if it was on the phone or in person, but I was like, yeah, this baby is only like a day or two and it's already walking. Can you believe that? And then I just remember in my dream just feeling really fulfilled. I'm like, I have 5 children. And I felt really happy and really fulfilled. And I had another son because right now I only have 1 son. And I don't know if it's a coincidence or what, or it's how I dreamed it, but my son's name is Eric Anthony. And so the fact that this baby was Joel Anthony and they have the same middle name is not something I would ever do in real life, but that's just the way it happened in the dream. But I just remember feeling very fulfilled and happy. And I don't know. I gotta turn again, guys. Let me see. So I don't know. I don't know why I dreamed that. I'm not pregnant. I'm not trying to get pregnant. I don't know why I dreamed that. I don't know what it meant. I just know I was happy in the dream. I know the baby was really beautiful, and I was very, very happy to be a mother again. So yeah, that's my dream, and that was just very weird, but it kind of put me in a good mood, because you know that feeling if you have kids, when you have a newborn baby, that happiness you feel. That's what I felt in my dream. That's what the Lord told me 2 years ago about this baby. When I wasn't trying to be pregnant, I wasn't trying to get pregnant. Actually, I thought my daughter, my 5-year-old, was going to be my last child. So I was like, I probably won't ever be pregnant again, but he gave me the dream that I would have a child, and he also told me that it would be a boy. So at 20 weeks, 2 weeks ago, I did find out it was a boy, which I already knew, and I told my husband I already knew that, you know, because I had shared with him the dream when I first got pregnant. I had showed him the video, I had shared with him the dream, and I said, this is going to be a boy. And it is a boy. And I cannot tell you how excited I am about having a boy. I have one son, I have 3 daughters. So this is going to be my second son. And I'm excited because, I don't know, my oldest son, he holds a special place in my heart. I love all my children, but something about having a son, raising a man, being able to instill in him all the things that you want men to know, but maybe they don't, but you can instill it into your son. So when they get married or when they, you know, get older and become adults, they have those lessons from their mom. Just something about that. I cherish that. And I'm so excited to have 2 sons. You know, 2 sons. It's a wonderful feeling. So it is a boy. And I'm going to get my tubes tied after this. Either I'm going to get my tubes tied or I'm going to convince my husband to get a vasectomy. One or the other. Something's got to go. Something's got to go. Because I don't want to be pregnant again. I really don't. Yeah, so it's a boy, and my husband has already picked out a name for him. I was okay with letting my husband choose a name. He chose my daughter's name, the youngest, the 5-year-old's name. He chose that name. He chose his baby's name, and I was fine with that. I really didn't care what the baby's name was. So the baby actually has. I'm not gonna share it in this video. I'm gonna wait until after the baby is born. Sorry for anybody who wanted to know, but I'm not gonna share it in this video. But the baby actually has an African name, full African name. He has a first name, 2 middle names, last name all African, which I'm very, very happy about. You know, I'm very happy about because my husband's from Ghana, so this baby will be an African American, literally an African American, a Ghanaian American, because my husband's from Ghana, and I want to make sure he doesn't lose that portion of his heritage. So if he has a Ghanaian name, that will help. If we're able to, you know, always speak the language in the house, cook African food, listen to Ghanaian music, things like that, and really make sure he is not out of touch with his culture. That's what I want for this child, for this son, and I want him to be able to visit Ghana and not feel totally separated from, you know, that part of his heritage. So for him to have a full African name, I'm very happy about that. And I'll share with you guys when, after the baby is born, I told my dad the name. My dad was like, what? You're going to have to text that to me. He was like, you're going to have to text that to me. I was like, Daddy, even if I text it to you, you're not going to be able to pronounce it. You're going to read it, but you're not going to be able to pronounce it correctly. He was like, I can read. I was like, I know you can read, Daddy, but the thing about it is you don't pronounce it the way you would, you know, reading it is not pronounced the same way. So, yeah, what else I want to share? So, yeah, I went to the doctor 2 weeks ago, did the anatomy scan. I stepped on the scale at 200 pounds even. 200 pounds even. So, I'm going to be well. I'll probably be a good 230 when I give birth. Probably a good 230 pounds when I give birth. I've gained 30 pounds. I've gained 30 pounds so far. And it's a lot. And I can say that my eating habits haven't been the best. I eat whatever I want to eat. I eat whatever I feel like eating. Just last night I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and had, you know, some wings and french fries. And, you know, I pretty much eat whatever I want to eat. I haven't been exercising because I've been too darn tired to get up and do anything. And, I don't know. So I'm pretty much doing whatever I want to until the baby gets here, and then I'll get it together. I know some people say, well, if you during your pregnancy, if you really, you know, exercise and eat right, it's not going to be that hard to get back in shape after your pregnancy. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Because what a lot of people fail to realize is, and I don't know if I ever shared with you guys. I may have. I forget who I tell and who I don't tell. But my husband has been away for his job for a year now. July makes a year. So it's just been me and the 4 children. Going to work every day, when they were in school, taking them to school activities, picking them up, dropping them off, taking them to church on Wednesdays, taking them to church on Sundays, taking them to church for random stuff, taking them to friends' house, doing this, doing that. 4 children, just me, and being pregnant, I'm exhausted most of the time. That's not to mention housework, yard work that I've been doing. Yes, I've been on that lawnmower and weed eater in this Texas heat, pregnant. All that stuff it's a lot for one person, a lot for me. So when I tell you I don't got time to exercise, I don't got time to exercise. When I tell you I don't got time to meal plan and say, okay, I'm going to pack my grapes and apples, you know, I don't have time for all that, because right now my priority is just maintaining my house, making sure my kids are taken care of, making sure I get enough rest as possible to be able to function every day while being pregnant. And it's a lot, and it has taken a toll on me these past few months. And you probably noticed I haven't been recording a lot. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I just got so much on my plate. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. You know, over the past few months, I fell into somewhat of a depression. I'm not going to say somewhat of a depression. It was a depression. I was crying. At one point, I was crying every day. I was crying every day. And I wanted to get on camera and share what I was feeling with you guys, because I want people to understand that it's hard. You know, it's hard, and you're not alone. If you're a mother and you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not alone. It happens to the best of us. And my depression, I think, was a combination of feeling overwhelmed because I have so many responsibilities with the kids and everything, and just not having the time and energy to get everything done. But then also, you know, it was spiritual, you know, just getting up every day, reading the news. You see nothing but ugliness after ugliness after ugliness. This person raped this kid. This person murdered this person. This person did this to her kids. This person. It was so much ugliness, and to consume that every day is spiritually unhealthy, because it's going to put a damper on your spirit. You're going to look around and think, where's the goodness? Where's the joy? And if you're a Christian, your joy is in the Lord. But if you're constantly feeding yourself negativity, it's going to damper your spirits. It's going to make you feel depressed. It's going to bring you down a few levels. And, you know, I like my social media just as much as the next person. I get on Facebook and I scroll through the feed, and I read what people post, and I read news articles. But to be honest with you, a good 75% of the stuff is negative. A good 80 to 90% of the news stories are always horrible, horrific. Even some are just horrific. And, you know, I started to lose my sense of happiness as far as, you know, what is there in this life? What is there in this life to look forward to when things are getting worse and worse? And the events that happened this past week, you know, it would even compound it, because you're like, man, look at the world that we live in. It's chaos and confusion. People have so much hate and ugliness in their hearts for no reason, you know, for no reason. And I've brought children into this world. I'm bringing a new life into this world, a black man into this world. And I have to be prepared not only to teach him, to educate him, but to make sure he's spiritually grounded, that his faith in Christ is there so that he can withstand the stuff that's going on now and the stuff that I know will go on in the future. So all of that, you know, just brought my spirits down. I was so depressed for months, depressed. And God bless my husband, because he would call me. I couldn't talk the way I wanted to talk to him. You know, I couldn't be excited about his successes and things he would tell me about. And, you know, I couldn't be happy about the things he was happy about, because I just didn't have it in me. And a lot of times he would call me, I would be crying, and he was so worried about me. And God bless him. He would pray over the phone with me. You know, he would be praying for me, after we hang up. And he never once said, you know, get over it, or what's wrong with you, or anything like that. You know, he never once said, you know, suck it up. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Nothing like that. He was always understanding. And God bless him for that, because I needed that backbone. I needed that support. I needed that strength. I needed that to know somebody would be praying for me, even if I didn't have the strength to be praying for myself. Sorry guys, I got something in my eye, and I'm about to wipe off all my tear duct makeup, but who cares? So, and then not only that, I had one of a pastor who is a good friend of mine in Africa. He called me one day. I was just crying all day, and it was day for me. It was day for me, but it was night for him. So he was up in the middle of the night, and he said God had placed it on his heart that I was going through these troubles. And basically, whatever I was crying out to God about, and my depression and my sorrow and my tears, I was crying out to God. Sorry, somebody keeps calling me. I was crying out to God, and God was placing it upon people's hearts to pray for me. And it was the middle of the night for him, and he called me. He was like, God has revealed this to me, that this is going on with you. And it was dead on. It was accurate. It was spot on. Exactly everything I was dealing with, he knew without me ever having to say anything. And he said, I'm praying for you. And he gave me some scriptures, and he prayed with me over the phone. And that just blessed my soul so much for two reasons. One reason, God loves me enough to place me in the thoughts and dreams of somebody on another continent, to have that person to pray and to intervene for me. And for two, that someone loves me enough to be up in the middle of the night praying for me. And that blessed me so much. And then just yesterday, another girl I haven't spoken to in a long time, I texted her, I asked her how she was doing. And she said, you know, a couple of weeks ago, God gave me a dream about you. And I've been praying for you. And man, that just brought tears to my eyes. I'm not going to tear right now because I'm in a good mood and I'm happy. But that brought tears to my eyes. Because I told her, you're the second person who has told me that they had a dream about me and that God had placed it upon their heart to be praying for me. And I said, if those two people told me, how many people did God reach out to, either through a dream or a vision or whatever, to intervene and to pray for me? You know, how many people did God speak to pray for me? God loves me enough to be placing me on the hearts and minds of people to pray for me. That blessed me so much. And I could do nothing but just thank God. I could do nothing but thank God. Because he hears the tired mother. He hears the discouraged father. He hears the people who are hurting, the people who are broken, the people who are tired. He hears them and he intervenes. He helps you. He blesses you. He gets people to pray for you. If you really understand how prayers work in the spiritual realm, while I'm being attacked by Satan with spirits of depression and heaviness and things like that, while I'm being attacked in the spirit world, those people who are praying for me, that's also working as a weapon in the spirit world to block those attacks. And when I tell you I feel so much better right now, I really do. I can't say that those deep, dark feelings are not going to come back. I cannot say that, but I know for now, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. And God, I thank God each and every day for his mercy and for him just giving me the strength to do what he has called me to do in this life, you know. And one of those things is to be a mother. And one of those things is to be a witness for him and to minister to people and to serve people and to help people. And that's my goal, you know. That's my goal every day, is to help somebody, to be to witness to somebody, to minister to somebody. I don't know how I'll change this into a ministry minutes from a pregnancy update, but I want you guys to just to hear like what this pregnancy has been doing to me. So let me go clean my face and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I'm back. So with all that being said, that's what I've been experiencing so far in this pregnancy. And I am doing November. I just went and bought my first maternity shirts today. I've been wearing my normal clothes up until this point, even though they fit horribly. But I just didn't want to buy maternity clothes. But I think I'm not going to have a choice because of how much weight I've gained this pregnancy. When I've given birth, my other 3 pregnancies, I've at the 9-month mark when I went to the hospital to give birth, I was in the 180s. So I'm already 200 pounds. So I'm just not going to be able to get away with not buying maternity clothes this time because I'm just big. So I got this shirt. It's just a regular black shirt, but it has like ruching on the side, and I got it from Target, so it has room for my stomach, which I think I'm going to try to show you guys my stomach. Let me see if I can. Okay. So I set the phone right here by the window. So this is my stomach. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but it's pretty big for 22 weeks. And this is the tummy. I got these pants rolled down. These are my normal work pants. I wore them to church today. I just got them rolled down underneath my stomach. But this is what the stomach is looking like. But yeah, that is 22 weeks. Can you believe my stomach is that big at 22 weeks? Can you believe it? And it's just one baby. Just one baby. But my stomach is big. Yeah, so I'm going to end this video now because it's probably going to be about 20 minutes, give or take. I want to say stay encouraged. I know with the events that have happened this past week with the killings, with all of the killings of black men by police, the killings of the police officers, with all of the killings, you may feel like you're living in a world that's full of chaos and confusion. That's the way I feel. You may feel heartbroken for black people, which I feel completely heartbroken for black people. And the reason why is I cannot understand why throughout history, over and over and over and over again, black people have always been treated as if they're less than, as if they don't matter, as if they are not people, as if their lives don't matter. And I can't understand why us, over and over and over again. Why us? What have we done as a people to deserve this? And you know, when I heard about those murders, when I first heard about it, I cried. I cried because it was just painful to see. It was just painful to see. And then second of all, it was painful to think, what have we done as a race of people to be oppressed for so long, to be undervalued for so long? What have we done? I don't understand it. I just think about as a people, you know, as a people from first coming to America, slaves, up until this point. Why have we been mistreated so? It hurts. It does hurt. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts a lot because these are my sisters and brothers. And I'm not. It hurts. And I got to explain to my children what's going on. But I say, if you're a Christian, do not fear. Do not worry. You can mourn, but get back up. And if you're a Christian, do not fear. Do not fear what you see around you. Just put your trust and your faith in God. Put your trust and your faith in Jesus. And pray over your family. Cover your family in the blood of Jesus Christ every day. Cover your kids, cover your husband, cover your wife, cover your family, and just pray, you know. And I'm going to end this video here. So I hope you guys are blessed. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.